Now, of course, the vast majority of the people during the war on Gaza were civilians. The mass majority of deaths, according to the Goldstone Report, according to Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, all of the organisations who investigated the crimes that happened here during the war. And what happened was mass murder. I work with the Samuni family. I go and teach them every week, and they had 29 people, members of their family, killed in the Samuni family during the war in 3 days. They literally marched into their houses, shot them up, shot children, and then finally they moved them all. This was after a day of bombing, a day of people sitting there with injured and dead in one house. Over 100 members of one family were rounded up, put in a house where they stayed for over a day. People went to try and get firewood, food. They were shot. They were stranded in that house, and then finally on the second day, that house was bombed. And over 21 people in that bomb, just with that one bomb, were killed. That 21 people is more than all of the people that have been killed by Palestinian rockets in 9 years. That one bomb. So if you think about only 20 people being killed, nobody likes to see any innocent death of any kind. But 20 people, 20 Israelis killed in 9 years, 21 people killed with one bomb in Gaza, 1,400 killed altogether, 350 children. We're meeting the families of these children. They're dead families. They are left distraught. The Hamdan family in the north, in Bet Hanun, they lost the three youngest children. There's no life for them now, they say to us. That's it now. It's destroyed. They sit on the porch with the garden where they used to watch their children play, Lama and Ibrahim, and now they're not there anymore. It's over for them. Beautiful children as well. And this is what so many families are going through. This is what so much of the destruction of hope that Israel intends on the Palestinians here. They want to kill civilians. They want to have everybody hurt by this. They want to make sure that the boot stays firmly on the throat of these people. And there is such humanity here, and yet they have no chance in life because of our turning our backs on them. And this is why it's so important that we keep sending the siege-breaking boats. We have to keep in contact with these people. We cannot leave them. We are not human if we're not leaving them. It's only a human thing to do to reach such a large number of people, the majority children, in such a devastating state. And especially when our own governments are supporting the policy of collective punishment and keeping people in their entire lives over nearly 4 years in this open-air prison of Gaza City and the Gaza Strip. And I really hope that more and more people do send the boats. It's always a buzz because people just feel like there's a chance of connection with the outside world. And that is also vital. It's not just about goods and about concrete. It's about contact with people. We are some of the few internationals here as International Solidarity Movement who are able to wander around, meet families, stay with people, integrate. Most of the internationals here, I think there's only about 200 here at any one time amongst a population of over 1.5 million. They have to stay in their apartment buildings. They must stay in their armoured cars. They have curfews. It's not the same easiness with which they can wander around. Whenever we go to some places, we get mobbed because they've never seen us before. People treat us so well. They want to present a good picture of Gaza, and we are presented with a good picture of Gaza. We are so welcomed. We are so warmly appreciated, and for doing nothing really. It's embarrassing because actually we come from governments that have been helping to continue their misery. But there's still humour. There's still a feeling of people can still laugh, and people still have such warmth for each other, and particularly for the children. The children roam the streets, and often it's 4-year-olds taking care of 2-year-olds, and it's actually lovely to see because the streets there is a community still, and people do look out for each other. It really is vital that we have people coming as well, internationals, to break the siege. And now more than ever, now Israel is more isolated than ever. So it really is important to keep getting the boats coming in, keep breaking the illegal siege, keep asking the questions of Israel, and you have to push them to show the world just how brutal they are sometimes. Sometimes you have to actually go into the areas where Israel will show just how much of a violence is behind this blockade. This is not stability. This is the threat of violence. This is the threat of illegal violence. This is the threat of brutal violence. This is the threat of immoral behaviour. And so the more we push it, the more the world sees that immoral and brutal behaviour and sees the line that Israel draws around the Palestinians to keep them in this prison.